everybody, and welcome back to everyone's favorite time of the week, their Friday tea time. I am here again, Teddy Costa, and with me, as always,
Oh, could you imagine if they replaced me? Another T? Who
we
do they have got?
recast.
Probably Beckman. Um, I am so happy to be here. I'm Tyler Trudeau. Wow, Teddy, they brought us back for a second year. I thought it was just going to be like, here's your Volunteer of the Year awards. Please go as far away as possible. But, they want us back. The people have spoken because this is the show of the people. And
Show
I'm
of
just
the
so
people.
thrilled to be back here. Congratulations, my friend. You are going to be a father soon. I am so happy for you and your wife. This is such exciting news. And I also got to mention, not planned, but we're in playoff mode right now. I do want to kill myself because it is an 0-1 deficit right now. And, Teddy, we're recording right now during the game. I haven't actually checked the phone since the game has started. And
Me neither, dude.
maybe they're winning. Maybe they're losing. Maybe we look like fools.
Well, you know what? It's so early that I really don't care whether they're winning or losing right now. You know what I mean? Like, call me in an
You don't want
hour.
to get a 20-point lead too early.
Exactly. I'd like the 20-point lead to be at the end of this one. But no, that really just shows how dedicated we are to this. That's why they call us back for this. Like, we're out here not checking the phones. We are locked all the way in on this list. We're gonna go through the top 24 players from 2024. One by one, we'll get you some too lows, some too highs, some snubs. Ty and I in the pre-show meeting have decided we disagree on everything. Like this is spicy for us. There's going to be some fireworks, and I am fired up for it.
People, we disagree on what this list is actually saying because Teddy's like, this is based on performance of last year. And I'm like, Teddy, you got part of it right, but you're missing out the whole of this is about the upcoming year. We're excited. MLQ is coming back for year 10. This is huge, Teddy. We are looking into the future of what this sport is going to be. And I got to say, they gave us a gift with this list because there's a lot wrong with it. And we're going to tell the people why it's wrong.
Absolutely. And and what I like about it is like it's a player vote. So like, they didn't ask me, right? And that's why this list is different than how we feel about it. But it's kind of cool to see the players' interpretation of how the league is laid out last year, and then balance that with people that actually know ball like us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
one thing I forgot to mention off the rip, we're not starting a timer. This is a nebulous little preseason switcherooski. We're trying out different stuff. You said you wanted more tea time content. We're going to give it to you in a variety of different ways. So just like bear with us, interact for God's sakes. If you care, tell us if you don't like something, and then we'll either keep doing it for engagement or switch it up because we are the show of the people. All right, Ty, I'll kick off the list. We'll just rapid fire through these basically.
Yeah, let's get through these people.
And then we'll go starting from number 24, Noyes Osra from Chicago, utility player, does everything for them. Really cool to see how they've blossomed from when we played together in Boston briefly to now being one of the studs of the league. We'll get to whether or not where we think rankings should be, but I like this pick.
Next, we got Bailey Fields. Bailey, absolute stud, has been around for a while, but may not be around this summer. We hate to see Bailey not there, so we will move past this quite quickly.
Yeah, Ryan Davis from Charlotte, player that many are familiar with, contributes heavily in the seeking game. Also does a lot for Charlotte in the rest of the game as well.
Then we got Peter Lawrence. Peter heading on down to rival Outlaws this summer, so that'll be interesting for them. Can't wait to see what they have in store. Also coaching Austin as well, so this is going to be a very interesting summer for Peter.
Very interesting indeed. And now Milena Souza at number 20, beater, played on San Antonio last season. Absolute workhorse for them, has the stats to back it up, and it comes with 192 drives played, which was, I believe, top 3 in the league or top 4 in the league.
Absolute beast. Kieran Collier coming up next. Kieran coaching amazing wonder child. Very excited to see what they have in store for Boston. hoping to see them out on the field. They haven't really played much since previous summer, so hopefully a year off from USQ, Kieran will be ready for MLQ.
And then Tate K, who coached New York last season, also obviously world-class caliber beater, comes in at number 18.
Ryan Mejio, absolute beast as well. Switching jerseys this year, going up north to Minneapolis. Quite exciting, and really excited to see what Ryan has in store after a very amazing rookie summer last year.
And here we have number 16, the pride of South Texas, Hayden Boys. Somebody who's had the juice since they were 18 or 19 or whatever it was. Definitely deserving of being included on this list.
Devin Lee, the jumpster himself. Devin has just been jumping over every bludger since I can remember, and I have been in the sport for far too long. So Devin, not surprising to see them on the list.
14, we got Lauren Smith from Kansas City. Again, a massive contributor for them as part of their run last season.
Josh Mansfield, personally was shocked to see Josh on the list, but I think I disagree with their ref calls and probably is ranked pretty accurately in the beater game. I will disagree with the ref calls, but love the person, love the player.
Next up, we got Ryan Sue from Detroit. Played in 14 games last season. Over 1.5 average dodgeballs, which, as we know, Tyler, and we might reference later, is higher than the average number of average dodgeballs in the league among qualified beaters. We all know.
Next, we got Ali Manzella, the bride to be this summer. Very amazing player. Chicago can't do what they do without Ali being there, and I think is pretty accurately listed.
Yeah, we're getting less rapid fire as we go. 24 is a lot. The DME at number 10, massive impact player for Chicago. You saw it in championships last year when they went down towards the end of the day on Sunday.
Big Lulu Zhu. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of Lulu. Probably should be the number one player. I know that might be a hot take, but Lulu is outstanding person, player, is a great teammate. Lulu, yeah.
Can't say enough good things about Lulu. Can't say enough good things about Tessa Mullins at number 8, although maybe I'll go back on my word later. We'll see. Did a great job, obviously a champion with New York last season.
I mean, I just said this about Ali, but what is Chicago without Nathan Digman leading the team? Happy to see Diggy up there, but again, might have some fun things to say later.
Speaking of fun things to say later, we got Daniel Williams, played for the Soldados last season. Massive impact beater, has played at the highest levels and contributed for a long time. We'll see if he's ready to take the next steps.
John Jackson, the pride of Harvard. You know, everyone loves John. Happy to see that they'll be back in MLQ after moving west for an amazing opportunity at NAU. So happy to see John back in MLQ. And I mean, former MVP, former just almost said a bad word, but just absolute legend of the sport, and love John Jackson.
Former MVP, current dog, one of Boston's favorite sons. Then you have Miguel Esparza coming in at number 4. So the type of person that teams have been building an offense around for years, and that they did last season as well in San Antonio.
If I had a nickel for every time I said the pride of Harvard, I'd have 2 nickels on this podcast, because Leo Freed, pride of Harvard, man. Absolute animal. What can't Leo do? Really excited to see what they have to do this year. Been a very fun watch of his career so far.
And Max Havlin coming in at number 2 on this list. Maybe that's too low. Obviously makes a massive impact on every team that he's played on. Continues to do so. Stats are off the charts in terms of plus minus relative to the league. 95th percentile and everything.
Can't say enough good things about Max. And of course, number one, we have Lindsay Morella. And I think that is a perfect spot for us to begin our conversation, Teddy, because personally, I will backstory first. Lindsay Morella is clearly one of the greats of the sport. Started all the way back first year at MLQ, had the opportunity to play against Lindsay in the finals, had an opportunity to play against Lindsay many times. I think Lindsay probably has scored on me more than any player probably in this sport. I think Lindsay is drastically overrated at this moment in time for this list. If we are looking at the season that was, going into the season that is, there is no reason Lindsay Morella is the number one player in the sport right now. That is just not of question, because 36 people scored more goals than her. And, her assist numbers were outstanding. But guess who doesn't care about assists in this sport? MLQ. Do you know why I know that? I've led the league in assists twice. One time I tripled someone in assists, and guess what? No one cares. So while I think your assists are great, Lindsay should not be the number one player in this sport. So many players had better seasons than her that aren't even listed on the top 24. And I just think that this is a generous gift to a player who has been fighting through injury, an absolute dog doing so. But I think it's fair to say that this is not the Lindsay Morella we are accustomed to.
All right. So there you have it, folks. Ty says that's a lifetime achievement award. Lifetime achievement award. This is why you're wrong. That boy, nice. So anyway, most important player on the team that won a championship. Just straight up, when you're game planning as a coach, you don't leave her out of the game plan. You mentioned where she finished in goals. She's going to share the ball a lot on that team. That team scores a lot of goals. There's a lot of dogs. I'd also say if you look at goals plus assists plus stops, all good things we like to add together, and subtract out the turnovers, she comes in at 16th. The next closest woman on the list is 45th. And the next closest woman after that is 48th. So what I say,
you're telling me, Teddy, is that there's 15 players above her with better stats.
So what I'm telling you is,
say she is not a top player. I didn't say she's not in the top 24. I just said she's not one.
Ty, you couldn't have walked me into my next point any better. There are a lot of impacts that are not captured on a stat sheet, especially a Major League Quadball stat sheet. As you know, as somebody who doesn't get credit for their assists, I credit Lindsay for her assists. This is another chance for me to take a shot at stats takers. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. There's a lot of good stuff. We got to talk about what's called the turnover and what's called Teddy Costa missing a shot in 2018, because I don't know about that. Anyway, there's a lot of impact that's not captured on a stat sheet. She's an off-ball defender, so that's going to impact how many stops she's able to put together. Like I said, she's not getting touches at the same rate as anybody that is on the list above her in those 16 spots for goals, assists, stops, minus turnovers. Everybody else, their usage rate is through the roof. We don't have a number for usage rate, but if you use these bad boys, you know. All right, what else we got, Ty? Who's your? Let's go to the next one.
I led with someone. Who do you think is a bit too high on this list? I'd love to hear that.
Too high. Can I switch around and go to too low?
Hit me with too low. Who's too low on your list?
Because it's Kieran Collier, and it's really actually not even close. Fantastic season. The Boston Beaters absolutely, that's a team that was not very well-rounded as they were constructed last season. When you look at the production that they got between their beating and chasing, the Beaters absolutely carried them as far as they could go until the wheels fell off, and you saw it. When they finally didn't have a beating advantage in the semis, they couldn't keep up. The Chasers were not able to pick them up. Kieran is coming off of a top 6 season in terms of beater efficiency. I have a graph. Maybe I'll send it. It comes out really cool. Basically, if you normalize, this is about to get real mathy, but if you normalize for the average number of dodgeballs per possession, the plus minus, if you normalize, it's the first it's the first take of the year, guys. Give me a break. I got no timer, so this is what you're gonna get. If you if you normalize plus minus based on the average number of dodgeballs for the league across players that played at least 50 possessions at beater, uh, you get a player that stands out in plus in that adjusted plus minus number in Kieran Collier. Now, if you also look at, hey, it's actually good for a beater to get more dodgeballs. Kieran was one of only two beaters in the league to finish in the 95th percentile in that adjusted plus minus and in the average number of dodgeballs. That indicates to me Kieran's an absolute dog in getting control back, right? And also, even if they don't have it, helping your team score points, which, as we talked about at the beginning, Boston was very up and down at in terms of their chaser ability to put the ball through the hoops last season. That's my take.
I have benefited a lot off of the Boston beater game in my career, so I can't really disagree with you too much. Getting crazy insight right now, Teddy, that I thought our quick 5-minute start to the show we were doing is already at 15 minutes. So this is horrifying to us. So how about I list a few people that I think are too high. You list a few people that you think are too high. We'll go through a couple of other sections of maybe should be on the list, maybe should be off, but we should wrap this up for the people.
For the people.
People like quick digestible content, or maybe they won't want to. No, we don't know. So you have to interact with us. Anyway, so, people that are a bit too high on this list for my liking. I said Nathan Digman was the train, if you will, that makes this Chicago team go. See what I did there? Kind of crossing over. Anyway, I need Nathan to show up actually at the championships. I know he had a vacation. Oh, no, he was there. He just really didn't do much. I need to see more from Nathan Digman. Regular season's great. If you want to be James Harden, no one hates you there. But I need to see some championship performance going forward. I'm also going to say Ryan Davis. I think Ryan has the most to go up or down. Ryan, if you want to stay on the list, stop shooting at the middle hoop every time. It's not going to go in. Next, we're going to go with no, that's all I got for too high right now. Who do you got that's too high?
I like it. I categorize players into, I have one tier of prove-its. Digman shows up on my list of prove-its too. Accomplished at the USQ level, got to the mountaintop. We're not talking about USQ right now. We're talking about MLQ. Player that has been in battles and has been deep in playoff runs for all 10 of these seasons, I believe, off the rip. At least 9 of them. So I'd like to see Digman be the type of player that is that best player on the best team in MLQ for a summer. Something I believe that he's capable of, and we haven't been able to see yet. The other side of that coin is it's good to be a good teammate and be unselfish and just win, baby. Okay, then just win. I want to then get over the mountaintop and just win. Another player on my prove it list is Leo Freed. Obviously deserving of being on the list. Elite, both positions, in many ways, something that not a lot of players are able to accomplish. Really elevates kind of Detroit around him. But okay, let's elevate them to some tangible success. Can you make it to a semifinal? That's what I want to see from Detroit this season. That's the challenge I'm putting on Leo Freed.
I think Leo's the number one player. That's my spoiler alert. Max Havlin, you're great, man. Max, you've given me probably at least 50% of my goals, and I appreciate that. And I think 2 is perfect for you, and I feel very safe saying that, knowing I don't have to deal with you playing and hitting me with bludger. So I'm very lucky for that. But Leo's the future, past, and present right now, baby. Leo can do it all, and I think it's going to push them over the top. Them being Detroit, I got big things for Detroit this year. Who do you got that you will? Go ahead.
I was gonna say not a predictions episode.
No.
Nebulous episode. You're gonna have to tune in if you want our predictions. If you want our roster breakdowns of predictions, you're gonna have to just keep coming back.
Who do you got? Who do you got not on the list that you're a little surprised by?
Oh, all right, Ty, I'm gonna throw that one back to you. I'm gonna start with my last little point in terms of taking the next step. I see Boys and Mejio on parallel paths for their career. And if you're Ryan Mejio, you look at Hayden Boyd's career in terms of team success as a warning. And if you're Hayden Boys, listen to this and have some more team success. Because, like I said at the beginning, you had the juice. You've been putting up good numbers for years, but we haven't seen any postseason success. You're on a team that won 3 games last year. Mejio, I know you changing kits this year. It's going to be a little different, but show that you can elevate the roster around you in the way that I and many of us have been thinking Hayden Boys would have by now in his career. So those are my take the next step guys, and I'm going to throw it back to you for your snubs. Who you got?
Well, I mean, I gotta comment on Hayden Boys and Ryan Mejio first, though. Just
Go
two
for it.
outstanding players, and I do think we're gonna see big things from Minnesota because of Ryan's impact. And with a lot changing down south, I wouldn't be surprised to see something crazy out of Hayden Boys this year. Maybe a possible MV. I'm not even going to say the last part, but it wouldn't surprise me. Those players going through. So we have people off the list, and we definitely have a lot of people. If Ryan is on this list, where's Bador? Like, they are a partnership together. The success we saw, Leo's great. You know, you think he's my number one, but those two together are outstanding. She should be on that list. Lauren Curry should also be on the list. I'm shocked with the amazing comeback that they made. Maybe people just got confused and thought it was just the other Lauren. And I mean, the other Lauren also deserves to be on the list. So I'm not saying any hate there. But I'm excited to see the season from her. The czar of plus minus, Adrian Kornetsky. I mean, there are so many people on here, but there's one glaring omission. And I need everyone to be very aware. The person who is going to hate this take more than anyone in the world is the person it's about, and that is Brian Mulcahy. Brian is your favorite scoring threats, least favorite person to see coming down the field. Brian ends people's dreams at the hoops or right in front of that keeper zone line. He has been doing it for years. He dragged a Washington team that had some support in that Chaser game. They definitely did, but dragged a Washington team. And the disrespect that the league is showing, oh, he tackles me. You are soft. You all are soft. If you don't like Brian Mulcahy, if you do not think he is a top 24 player in this sport, you are the ones that are complaining, saying he tackles me too hard. Well, guess what? Get out of the sport, because Brian deserves to be on that list.
Okay,
I don't care if he's
okay.
24.
How do you gotta cool off. Stop, drop, and roll or something, man. I don't know how to do this. Because I agree with you. He should be on the
Also, let me
list.
just take a moment here and just say, these are
If you think that we're wrong, prove us wrong. So anyway, the reason Brian Mulcahy isn't on this list, and I think that he should be, is kind of in the same way that I'm criticizing all of these other people for like accolades and post-team success. That's what happens when you're on a Washington team that has to fight their way out of the play-in every single year, right? And that's the reason that you don't see more Kansas City Stampede players on there, because while they're great and they're a fun story and everything, like, show me the money. So like this list as a whole is a little bit overrepresented by players who played in the East last season. There are 10 players out of the East on the list, 5 from the North, 8 from the South. Makes some sense, maybe a little East biased. And then I believe it's 11 beaters on the list or something insane like that, 11 or 12 beaters on the list, which obviously if you look at that's 50% of the list, that's probably too many. No, obviously not. Those are the impact players in this league. So you end up with some people in the quad ball game getting a raw deal, have a hard time putting all the beaters on the list. If I had to pick somebody to come off for Brian Mulcahy or someone we didn't talk about, Bitsy Archibald, who went absolutely bananas at championships last year. Go check out the championship stats. They are on MLQ's website right now. Again, thank you, stats people, for taking those stats. Bitsy went nuts, starting from the walk off in game one. If I'm looking at somebody I could take off the list, it's probably Peter Lawrence, someone who sticks out to me. Fantastic player, uh, great physical tools. Again, might just be little man syndrome where I think, oh, if I was that big, I'd be blah, 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 blah. Peter's a great contributor, but again, comes from a Boston quadball unit that really was dragged by their beaters. And if you look at the stats coming out of that Boston team, even Olazaba was probably the best performing statistically on that team. If you look at most important to the way that team runs, probably Ian Skur. So, and that's not to mention all of the female chasing that is on that team, which was extremely deep last season and historically has been and continues to be. So to me, it doesn't make sense to have a Boston chaser from last year on there. Boston chaser from yesteryear, Brian Mulcahy, definitely I could see squeezing into that spot, or Bitsy Archibald for going absolutely nuts at championships. So those are my takes for Snubs.
I mean, what anyone else we want to touch on? I mean, let's take a quick look here.
Yeah, we said we were gonna chop it short, but there's no time, there's no rules. So like, no. Congrats, we hit on basically everyone.
You guys know that Miguel is fast. Like, I don't know what to tell you. He's fast, and he's gonna run, and he's gonna be faster than you. Like, what else do you want from us?
Who else?
You know what I like to say?
No, I mean listen, we beat this up pretty good. If you'd like to see us go more in depth, more player analysis, more stats, less rambling, please let us know. Get back to us. But it should be a really, really good season. I'm really excited to say this is our worst take of the year. That's what good shows do. They only get better. They get stronger through adversity, and even when we create it for ourselves, right?
I mean, hey, we're down 1-0 right
now. Down
1-0. We live check the game 2 score right now. Keep this in, Rose. What's the score of the Celtics game? It's giving me the February 4th, 2024 win over the Grizzlies. We won that game by like 40. So
that's great. This is fantastic content. Thank you for hanging with us through the dead air. Let's go Celtics. And everybody get back on the horse. Let's go. Tea time is back, and you're not getting rid of us. So, Ty, you want to send us home?
You know, what do we do? Do we do something when we close out?
Rose, you're all over it.
Here. Hey, folks, that's the tea, because Tyler and Teddy said so. Thanks for joining.